welcome to Penguin Mondays, the second to last Penguin Monday. It's so sad the show is nearly at its finish. Next week we will have the finale, but this week we had episode 7, the penultimate episode of the Penguin, the second to last episode, and my god, was this one a banger. So this episode picks up exactly where the last one left off, with Sophia Falcone finding the Penguin's mother and finding Victor. She takes the mother hostage, right? She kidnaps the mother, she knocks out Victor, and now Penguin comes home and falls into a trap where he is captured by Maroni. And my one issue with this episode is kind of the plot armor with Penguin. Instead of Maroni just killing Penguin there, or taking him back to Sophia to eventually kill him, he instead takes him to his drug lair, because he wants to take it over, and he thankfully only takes a handful of men with him. Not enough to overwhelm the a billion men that the Penguin has there. But of course, in this episode, you have Penguin who eventually is able to break out of his situation. He has a big fight with Maroni, and there's one of the best scenes I've ever seen, one of the best final fights with the Penguin and Maroni. Maroni has a heart attack and dies in the middle of the fight, which is hilarious. Story-wise, it works so well, because the Penguin has this sort of complex to him where he wants to beat the people ahead of him. He wants to prove that he's better than Maroni, he's better than the Falcones, that he is worthy of leading and being this sort of big mob figure. So he doesn't want to win with this dude having a heart attack. He wants to beat his ass and win the actual fight. But no, the guy dies of natural causes because he's an old dude, and the Penguin, aka Colin Farrell, goes off on like a rant on how he beat him, I beat you. It's such an excellent scene, such an excellent fight scene. And then, of course, you get this big standoff with the Penguin and Sophia Falcone. Sophia Falcone, who has now sort of been defeated, but she still has a little bit of an advantage. She has the Penguin's mother. So what is she going to do? How is she going to address this situation? Is she going to play the game the normal mob way? If she does that, she's pretty much lost. Or is she going to play it the Sophia Falcone way? Or Gigante, or whatever the hell her name is. So she calls up the Penguin and makes a deal. I will trade your mother for your drug empire, essentially. And the Penguin, obviously setting a trap, agrees. Sophia Falcone sends over a truck, a Jeep, that apparently has the mom in the, in the Jeep. She's bringing the mother, making the trade, but it ends up being a trap. The mom's not in there. It's a giant bomb. It goes kaboom, and she says, Penguin, come meet me at this place. I have your mother. And yeah, let's have a big final episode. This was an incredible episode of The Penguin. Just a lot of high-intensity stuff, and despite the plot armor for Oz in this episode, sort of the whole build-up of this conflict, and still having this really fiery confrontation in this episode while allowing there to be a big and enough room for there to be an even bigger final episode next week is really smart. Sophia continues to be one of the best characters on television, and Penguin's mother and the actress that plays her, what a terrific character. She is absolutely fantastic in this episode. Every single side character on this show has gotten a moment to shine, and I am just stunned at how well written all of these other characters are. It would have been really easy to make a show about Oz and just kind of go half-assed with the side characters and focus it mainly on the character study of this one guy. But they, in turn, were able to write something that just gave so much depth and so much character to all of these other people that are involved in this show, and it is just stunning to see. This is an ensemble piece, an ensemble TV show, and those are the best kind. Now, how is this show going to wrap up? Well, I have been saying this entire season that this show has to end with the Penguin on top, with him winning, right? It's an origin show for the Penguin, essentially, from him going from sort of a secondary figure in the mob to being the Penguin, the main guy in Gotham that Batman has to worry about. So what are we going to see? Well, I assume we are going to see him kill Sophia. We're going to see Sophia kill his mother. We're going to see Victor maybe transform into another big Gotham character. Victor Zsasz, maybe? I think we might see that this doctor guy that Sophia's been working with might secretly be some big Gotham character in secret. This guy seems like he may or may not be manipulating Sophia, that this guy might be the secret villain behind everything. There's just little bits and pieces there. Is he Scarecrow? Is this, is this Crane? Like, I don't know, but I do have a feeling that there's going to be some sort of revelation with that character in the final episode. Will we see Robert Pattinson show up? Will the Batman be in this episode? I do think we're going to get something from the Batman, even if it's like an after-credit thing. I don't know if we're going to see him in the flesh, but I think there will be some sort of major reference, whether it's the bat signal or James Gordon showing up. There are going to be some larger Gotham elements that kind of, Batman elements that sort of bleed into this final episode, if I had to guess. If it doesn't happen, a little disappointing. I also think we might get a little insight on what the direction of this world is going in. What is the Batman Part 2 going to be? Is it a Court of Owls thing? Is it a Mr. Freeze thing? We might get a little bit of a tease for that. The same way at the end of the Batman, we got a little bit of a tease for the Penguin. Overall, I'm super excited for the finale. I absolutely love this episode. This show is amazing. I'm so sad that it's ending, but god dang it, man, this Matt Reeves Batman universe is some good shit. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for more notifications. I'll see you in the next one.